75 years ago this week, one of the bloodiest battles of World War II began, the Battle of the Bulge. We're going to talk about what Europe is doing to commemorate the anniversary coming up on the Hot Zone.
This is the Hot Zone. Engaging with the news in a whole new way, international war correspondent Chuck Holton brings insight into areas of crisis and lets you help those affected.
Hey folks, Chuck Holton here. Thanks for being a part of the Hot Zone. This week, I'm busy commemorating the 30th anniversary of the invasion of Panama. Got a bunch of my friends coming down. We're going to raise a toast to the guys who gave their lives here to liberate this country and make it what it is today. Well, there's another big anniversary going on this week, and that's the anniversary of the Battle of the Bulge. Now, this was one of the largest and actually the last big pushes by the German army to try to break the back of the Allies and try to save what they were losing because they were really on their last legs as the German army. And so, man, if you really do some reading about how horrific this was, not only was it the middle of winter, unbelievably cold, people freezing to death left and right, but the Allies were vastly outnumbered, like 2-1 when this thing actually started. In actuality, they were surprised by the German attack due to just overconfidence on the Americans' part, and because the weather had been so bad, they hadn't been able to do a lot of reconnaissance flying in the days leading up to the attack. But when the Germans attacked, they had over 400,000 men, and they threw everything they had into this battle in the Ardennes to try to split the Allied advance. And the reason for that is that they were hoping to take over the port there and split and then encircle the Allies and really turn the tide of the war. Well, it didn't happen, but it came at an incredible cost for the United States military and its allies. More than 89,000 casualties on the American side, or on the Allies side, that's killed and wounded, and something like 66,000 casualties on the German side as well. 3,000 civilians known to have died, probably a lot more than that actually. And when it was all said and done, the U.S., it delayed the end of the war. They had to throw up to 700,000 troops into the battle. And so it was really a defining moment in World War II, without a doubt. So this week in Europe, there's a lot of remembrances going on about the sacrifices there, about that battle. And I just want to show you a little bit of some of what's going on there. But before I do that, I just want to touch on Afghanistan really quick, because everybody would like to see that war end. It's been now America's longest war in its history. And this week, we announced that we're going to be pulling out some of our troops from Afghanistan. I don't know if you saw that on the news, but it's good news in a way, especially since when I was over there in August, I have to say that most of our guys are not doing anything. They're they'll literally go over there for 10 months and never leave the base. So it's probably a good thing that we're going to start pulling some people out of there. We've got over 14,000 troops on the ground in Afghanistan, at least the coalition does. Actually, I think about 17,000 when you add up everybody. And the vast majority of them are not fighting. They're not even going off the base. They're just sort of being there in what they call their advise and assist role, which in my experience is not really doing a whole lot unless the Afghans need medevacs, air support, or intelligence. Other than those three things, our advise and assist role is more like making coffee. So I hate to say that, but bottom line is it's a good thing if they start coming home. Here's the announcement that was just made about that.
It needs to be clear that our presence in Afghanistan will continue, and our goal is to withdraw our forces based on conditions that would warrant withdrawal. Those conditions are pretty clear to me. We cannot withdraw in a fashion to allow international terrorism to rear its ugly head again in Afghanistan. The Taliban cannot be trusted to be a reliable counterterrorism force. It would be insane for America to rely on the Taliban to ensure that Al-Qaeda and ISIS-K doesn't come back in a way to represent a threat to our allies in the American homeland.
Okay, let's get back to the Battle of the Bulge, and let's listen to some of what's been going on this week in Europe about the commemorations of that battle.
When they come here, the Americans usually, they just come in and they feel something, feelings. They feel that we love them, and that's our main message, loving the Americans, whoever is your president, whoever runs the show. The boys who are on the front lines, who still go and fight for our freedoms, they need to know that they are appreciated, that we are not the only ones.
Well, I don't share them very often, but once in a while somebody's interested and I tell them a little bit.
Family. So then we're going to make researches with help of American friends and so on. Then finally somebody found the daughter and the granddaughter back. And so on, we decided, okay, the daughter is closer to the father, we should give the Bible to the daughter. The problem was, how can we send the Bible safely back to the States? So then we asked two American Air National Guards from Pennsylvania, because we have a lot of Air National Guards coming here. We love them.
All right, folks, that's all I've got for the show today. It's been really busy around here this week as we get ready for all the festivities as we commemorate the invasion of Panama. I hope to have some more podcasting about that this week, because that's what I'm going to be doing. And so stay tuned. Thanks for watching.
The Hot Zone is produced by Amy Holton and Livefire Media. Copyright 2019.